PaulWall, what's good with it, man?
Man, it's crazy over here, man. It's shit wild over here, man. Crazy shit. They found a man hanging. They found him this morning, but they say he could have been there since, because they closed yesterday. So he might have found him, he could have been there for a couple days. But they found him hanging there, but the tree is like,
where's the tree
shorter
at?
than us. It's right there. You can walk up on it. They ain't blocked off.
Come on, let's walk over there right quick. Show me where's that. Yeah, come on. Okay, so what the tree at?
There's no rope burn on that tree, bro.
Yeah, how you gonna?
You can see the top with the bark.
See the blood marks? See the puddles of blood? 2 puddles of blood.
Oh man.
2 puddles of blood.
It's gotta be from there.
Where was he hanging at?
It's gotta be there. Cause look at the bark.
Y'all hold on a second. Y'all
Gotta be hanging from where?
Here go the damn bloody footprint.
Hold up, whoa.
Somebody done walked away from this scene. Them a bloody footprints.
Right here.
That's bloody footprints.
There's so many people that been over
Somebody,
here.
no, that's bloody
shit
footprints.
now.
No, ain't nobody walked through that blood.
No. When I got here earlier
People
too,
was walking through the
the
blood.
whole thing was not blocked off at all. We walked up like, what's going
I don't
on?
think nobody was
And they said it ain't no crime scene. They said ain't no crime scene.
Nobody
They
walked.
said ain't no what? It ain't a crime scene.
They told us it wasn't a crime scene. They tried to
But see, this is what happened in California. They didn't make it a crime scene. They didn't put the tape out. They said.
They don't have no evidence.
They sat there across the street and watched us.
They was up here. I saw 2 police cruisers. I got out of the car and they kind of looked at me. I mean, obviously I'm in uniform, so they're like, oh, yeah. So I went over there. I come over here. I see that. That's clearly a murder scene. Now, just off that right there, because when you get hung, you die by asphyxiation.
Right.
You don't bleed to death.
Right.
That's a blood pattern. That's a lot of blood.
They ain't roll it off till we kept
So
making
is
a
that
big deal.
that's the blood from him then, right?
That's the blood from him.
Right.
Now up here, that's where he was allegedly hung. If he was hung, why is bark missing right there? Unless this dude was 2'1", he wasn't lynched, dog.
Right.
Oh yeah, there is a bark missing right
What's
there. Yeah.
So my assessment is that he got killed.
And he got brought over here.
Where the bark missing at?
Right there.
Where? So, exactly. Oh, right there.
Yeah, to me it looked like right there.
That's blood
Yeah.
too, isn't it? Or is that just the color of it?
That's the color of the tree. What it look like?
This man was brought over here. You see the tire marks?
Where you see tire marks at?
Right here.
Yeah, right. It look like he went straight through the grass, right?
Where it goes? Follow it.
Oh, this will I continue out.
Continue then.
Yeah.
They don't think we would literally know how to investigate something.
Right.
I think he's like back.
Let's look at that picture.
Yeah, let me see the picture again.
Hanging from his waist, brother.
Like somebody put them up and
His
put them
feet
up
ain't
there.
far from the ground.
Like if I pick you up and put you up there.
His feet ain't far from the ground. So that explains the tree bark. He wasn't hanging, he was sitting on it. His feet is not far from the ground. At all.
When we pulled up, the whole thing open. We asking the police, hey, why it ain't roped off? Why it ain't roped off? They say because it ain't a crime scene. We say, nah, how you know it ain't a crime scene?
Look how he hanging.
You don't even know if it's a crime scene or
They just
not.
told on themselves.
And they say, nah, it ain't a crime scene. Then that's when they came out and blocked it off.
They just told on themselves, homie.
How long ago did they block it off?
They just left right now, but about an hour ago. And they did a little investigation. But we did the investigation. We told
Before
them,
them?
we told them, hey, it's a Bible.
Wait a minute, hold on.
They
So,
look, they say we already got all the evidence. And I said, well, you didn't get that Bible right there. What Bible? They said,
Bible or bottle?
Bible.
It was a Bible.
Bible.
Bro, it's still there?
Paper inside the Bible.
Where the Bible at?
The Bible, they got it, but it's some paper right here.
Did anybody read it?
What was in the Bible was some t-shirts. There was some t-shirts in the Bible.
Yeah, you can tell they probably
But that's there too.
Man, all that be subliminal.
That's probably fell out that Bible.
We say, what about the shoe over there? What shoe? They go get the shoe. It's a shoe, a phone, and some headphones. A shoe,
A phone is man.
like
and
he
some
was
headphones.
running. Like he could have possibly been running.
Bruh.
They drove him here. They probably dropped it or something.
I mean, maybe so.
And the hardest, you know what's cold for them? They know about this spot. They ain't got no cameras on this side.
And they own it.
And they own this. Oh, they own this, right?
They say that camera is only pointed at the door.
Yeah, pointed at the door. They now pointing
Oh, y'all got to be kidding me.
They got this street and all this.
Because it's a 360.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
It's rotation.
But that's like the security camera on the pole across the street.
Where that one at?
Right there, up in the air. You don't see that on the pole?
Is one on that pole across the street?
Yeah. I work at the hospital right here. That's a security camera for the parking lot on the pole.
This pole right here? I don't see it. Oh, on the top.
Yeah.
This one. Okay.
They turned it off. The police doing this. There's more than enough cameras over
Right.
here because the hospital is right here. There's cameras surveillancing the whole area.
Right.
It's a warehouse.
They done
Every
it.
tool they needed to do this
Nah,
fucking
them
hate
people that were
crime
bad
is
did
in this building.
Approximately around 9:30 this morning, from what I understand, there was a gentleman around 40 years of age, said that he was coming out of a nearby business and he saw the commotion that was going on. And I don't know if he could visibly see the body from afar or if he was coming out of this business, I'm not sure. But he reported it on his page and it went viral. And his words was something to the nature of, out of my 40 years of living in Houston, I've never seen any of this. So the story at that time went viral and it caused Bishop Billy, I don't.
Oh, Billy Dorsey, that's my boy.
Right,
Miss
okay.
Billy Dorsey, I
So
know him.
Mr. Billy came out, and at that time he was persistent about what happened. He wanted answers, which caused our fellow 97 Out of Box members, PaulWall, everybody to come out and ask questions like, hey, why is nobody on this scene? Why is nobody trying to find out what happened to this man? When they asked an officer, what's going on here? His exact words was, this is not a crime scene, it's a place of mourning. This was early, when there was no investigation had been done. At that point, they had took the man's body down. His body was removed earlier this morning. And at that point, it was no caution tape placed around this area. The Bible was still left over there, the shoe was still left over there, and they asked, well, why is this not treated as a crime scene? Why are we able to just walk up? Are y'all not seeing the things that we are seeing? And at that time, the response that they received, the public received at that time was, this is not a crime scene, this is a place of mourning. Apparently, there's been a man who committed suicide. So they kept persisting, kept asking questions, and they stayed vigilant and diligent on this scene, which caused a second wave of people to come out and finally act as if they were concerned, pick up the Bible, and at that point, you got people out here showing them where they needed to go, pointing them in direction, helping them find the evidence. So when that happened, that's when you see the caution tape that should technically still be out here, but it's not. Hello, come on, somebody. So the caution tape is being removed, but there was caution tape placed around for a brief second. Investigators walked to this building right here, I guess scouring the place to see if they saw any cameras or things like that, and then we still out here. And like I said, reports are going around that it's a suicide. We don't know, but you can't just be quick to rush to judgment. We do not know what happened, what transpired. There has not been no full investigation to determine that this man committed suicide, although it's possible. We just can't assume that that's just the narrative of what's going on right here today. So, and that's where we at, and PaulWall has been out here reporting effectively. We've been told that the Bible that was left out here was Romans. It was left in Romans, said the wages of sin is death, and that's all I know.
You was gonna get punished, right? It was unlicensed for you to be a rebellious slave, even though they would beat the hell out of you, killing you, torturing you, lashing you, raping you, doing everything else. What the hell you think is going on right now? You think I care about the law? My mama's life is in danger. I got 2 sons. You kill my sons, I'll rock the hell out that orange jumpsuit. I'll raise an Anubis unit in jail.
Knowing the law only goes so far when you get pulled over. What they say is, make sure you go home so that you're legal to go home.
See the cell phone at first?
No, PaulWall and them had to show them where the cell phone was at. They had to show them where the cell phone is at. So I'm just speaking to the community.
So what? They weren't doing their due diligence?
Well, like I said,
weren't
I'm
properly
gonna back up for a
investigating the
second
scene?
for you.
Oh,
When
sorry.
they no, you good. When they picked the man up, when he was taken down from his final resting place, they took him away. And when PaulWall and Kiati from 97.9 The Box asked him, "Hey, what's going on? Is this not a crime scene?" The response they got verbatim was, "No, this is a place of mourning. It's not a crime scene." So when they asked him,
How did they know that already?
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I say y'all wake up, man. I don't know what's going on, but as a mother, I have a 14-year-old. I'm just saying we have to watch our surroundings and see what people don't understand. He could have been targeted. He could have been a homeless man walking up down the street. Somebody felt like he ain't got no family. He's the perfect victim. You know what I'm saying? So that don't we can't just rule out. Ain't nobody trying to start a war or whatever, but you can't sweep this under the rug until we know what really happened to this man.
It ain't the problem. It's not the problem that you're trying to start a war. A war already been started.
Right.
It's been started.
Right.
You know, the war been going on.
And
The
sometimes,
fact of the matter is,
I
we
remember
gotta.
you. I'm gonna tell you how I remember you because we was out there together downtown
fact-
protesting. Remember? I'll talk to you one-on-one. Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, we got a right to ask questions.
Right.
Based on the history and the track record of what's going on around us, we got a right, every right in the world to question everything.
And hold on, I want y'all to make sure it be known that there have been 5 other cases in America. California, there's been 2 cases in California. There was a report of a young lady in Georgia, I believe. So there have been.
The lady was in South Africa.
Man yesterday.
No, you're talking about. Well, I think I know what you're talking about. But as far as hanging, there have been 5 reports of people being found hung. The family to the young man, black people, thank you. The family to the young man that was found at the hall. That family does not believe this
At all.
man committed suicide.
They say he was always happy.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I covered that story too.
Right. So y'all wake up, man.
everything to live
Don't allow the media to tell y'all anything. I don't know what transpired over here, but one thing about it is just, as a community, don't let them tell you they're persistent, because it wasn't until PaulWall and Bishop, and I keep messing up his name,
Billy Dorsey
stayed persistent on the scene, stayed here and did not leave, and stayed demanding, like, treat this as a crime scene. That's when they circled back the second time to at least try to put caution tape up and pick up the shoe that the man left behind. The Bible that was open to the verse that said the wages of sin is death.
Come on now.
I mean, y'all, I don't know what else I can say, but it takes us as a community just to get answers. Even if it's not the answers that we think that really happened. But don't just tell us anything. How could y'all determine at 9, 10 o'clock this morning that this was a suicide when nobody had came and picked up anything?
That was a murder.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. But my name is Erica Jackson. I'm from Houston, Texas. I love my city. I love my community. You know, I just feel like we need to come together and just keep pushing. This is not going to get better, but as a community, if we stay together, if we keep pushing together, we probably will get through this. And I say probably because I really don't even have any hope anymore, y'all. I really don't have any hope, because when you see stuff like this, stuff that our ancestors used to see and witness, and even if that's what I'm saying, if it was a suicide, this is just too much to happen, like right now with what's going on. What a way to try to take your life. You know what I'm saying?
We survived 400 years of this.
Right.
This ain't the right time for a black person to be hanging themselves. People,
Exactly.
not right now.
Exactly.
So it don't
And
make
if
sense.
we don't get justice, we're gonna be the people to make sure he gets some type of, at least a proper investigation.
The problem is
That's all we want. A proper investigation.
that's the problem.